Welcome to the second installment of me building my layout. Last time I was showing you how to install switch machines in 2 inches of foam. This time, as you can see here, the camper's tape pointing out here and the home bed road bed is down in this section of layout. So now I'm going to be starting to install my Central Valley tie strips. What you see here is the 8-foot 6-inch Central Valley tie strips that I'm going to be using on the layout. What's nice about these tie strips, other than the other ones featured by Central Valley, these are actually held in by little nubs that you might be able to see here on the top of the track, and you bend these over to actually hold on to the rail. So they have a very small profile, but they're able to hold on to the rail itself rather than with the other Central Valley tie strips where you actually use glue. So what I'm going to show here is how I actually go and glue down these tie strips, what my process is, and then the process I use for actually attaching the rail to the ties. So let's get started. So first off, we take our caulk gun here with DAP adhesive. This is a silicone based adhesive. This is the one that they used in the model railroader special about laying track. So first off, what I'm going to do is lay a bead of this adhesive down along where I'm going to be laying this tie strip. Next, what I do is I take my putty knife here and I go and spread this out into a very thin layer of the glue. Even though it's showing white here, as I spread it out, it'll actually glue clear. Now that that is all spread out, now what we do is we take our tie strip here, and this is a little bit different because here at the end is actually one of my turnouts. So I'm actually going to slide this onto the turnout here and then set down here. And you can see I actually have first set of ties here actually already on rail. Now I have a set of clear push pins, and what I do now is actually use the push pins to hold down the tie strip and kind of follow the center line of the road bed that I put down earlier. And this will just ensure that the tie strip stays where I want it to. And follow the center line of the track. So now I'm just going to take a little bit here and just apply some extra pressure on it, just to make sure it's all set. Now, as you can see, there's not a lot being pushed up between the ties here. We want it that thin. It will stick. It will hold it down just fine. And all this is going to do now is keep it all in place and be ready for rail. So that's the process of actually gluing down the tie strip. Now we'll move on to installing the track. Here we are at the other end of that turnout we were working on earlier. While that sets, this side is already set, glue clear as I was stating earlier. First thing I wanted to show over here is these two areas here where I notched out the ties. This area here is where the rail joiner is going to sit. As you can see here, the rail joiner is slightly lower than the profile of the base of the rail. To make sure that the rail doesn't ride up anywhere there's a rail joiner, I actually notch out the tie a little bit. So what we're going to do first here, since that's already done, is go ahead and install the rail joiner. Alright, now what I'm going to do is just use my punch here and just slide this over a little bit just to make sure it's centered between those two ties. Alright, then what's next is actually rolling over these spike details that are actually on each of the ties. So what I'm going to do is actually press down and roll, push down and over on each of the spikes, and therefore kind of attaching or holding, make it so that it holds on to the rail. So all I'm going to do here is just push and roll, and push and roll. I'm just going to do this just on a couple of these here. And then same on the other side. And now what that does is that now just kind of clamps onto the rail itself. Now on top of just the spike details, they do have these rail clamps every 5 or so ties that are also used to hold on. So I'm just going to roll those over as well. And once again, same on the other side. So I hope this has been helpful, showing you how I installed my Central Valley tie strips, and hopefully this is something you can use on your layout. So thanks a lot for watching.